These are the skills that I talk about then that you have. So obviously there's foundation you've got to put in place. But as business people, we have to develop. One of my biggest passions, my values in touch, we have 5 values. I don't know if you guys share your values. One of our values is learning, and we do a lot around learning. I'm continually listening to webinars, books, and around how I can learn to develop my skills. And skills are really important. But one of the skills I talk about is determination. Do you have determination as a skill? Do you give up easily? Because if you do, chances are you're not going to convert many prospects to customers. But how many people would give up, for example, after the second time they've engaged with someone as a prospect? Be honest now, please. How many people give up after the third? How many people give up after the fourth? Who never gives up? Jackie's got it right. So 80% of sales are done on the 5th to the 12th interaction. So actually, if you think about it, it's incredible the amount of business that you're missing out on just because you've just not had the determination to carry on doing something. And I say to people on a regular basis, and of course systems, I was talking to Carl around, it's about using the right tools to help you do that, but determination is incredibly important. Read. Can you read the signs and the responses? Does anyone know this story? This is the most brilliant story in the world. Does anyone know what this sign is? I'm a Welshman, I'm from Swansea, so I'm allowed to take the mick out of my own nationality. But in Wales, they basically, I'm going to slightly go over time, but hopefully you can forgive me a little bit. But they basically send off the translation images to the sign makers to get the signs done. What this says in Welsh is, sorry, I'm currently out of the office and we'll be back on holiday, back in... So literally, the guy, when he sent the email saying, please can you translate for me, no entry for heavy goods vehicles, residential site only, got a message back from the person at the council. And instead of actually reading what was actually saying and thinking, have they got the right sign here? All they actually did is take it with word for word and put the sign up. So literally, you look online, trust this is God's honest truth. And Swansea Council, oh no, you imagine it, can't you? But the point is for me, is unless you can read the signs and then read the engagements you're getting from people and what that response means, the chances are you're not going to be able to do what you need to do with that prospect. Can you read the signs? How do you read their body language and what they're doing in certain positions? And actually, what is it they're telling you? And you need to be able to do that to convert prospects on a regular basis. The third one for me in Driver is investigate. Albert Einstein, brilliant, in terms of what he's doing. But do you ask the right questions? So many people, when I talk to them about how do I convert more prospects, do not ask the right questions. I love this quote. If I had an hour to solve a problem and my life depended on it, I'd use the first 55 minutes to determine the proper questions to ask. And I know from reading Jackie's book, talk about sales and those engagements, about the questions you ask and the type of questions that you ask. The fourth thing is versatility. Can you adapt to different situations? I love this. Helping grandma with the controller. I love it. The fact you can only see the volume and the program. The point being is this thing, what the hell do I do? Actually, grandma, I'll sort it out for you, Arby. Actually just make it uber simple. You have to be versatile. You have to be able to adjust with what your prospects are doing and how they're working. And you have to be able to adapt to situations. Situations in prospects, when you're working with a prospect, things will change for them. How well can you adapt to that change and not let it affect everything else that you do? Emotion. Can you build a connection? Harper Lee, one of the best, as I said, as a salesperson, I try this on a regular basis. Put myself in my prospect's shoes. What are they feeling today when I've sent that email to them or that proposal to them? How do they feel? What does it mean for them? And how many people here actually on a regular basis think, what does it mean for that person? Where are they at the moment? What are they actually doing? What do they think? What are their thought processes? And I talk a lot when I do a lot of coaching and people with people about 4 P's of priority, passion, pain, problem. Those are the issues that actually you need to be taken into account when you engage with people from that perspective. But put yourself in their shoes. Think about all the other things they've got going on in their life and then start thinking, actually, okay, maybe I can understand why they're reacting the way they are. And the 6th one is be resourceful. You have to be, as a business person, resourceful. You have to think on your feet. You have to be able to learn how to do certain things in certain ways. Maybe that's adjusting your pricing. Maybe that's adjusting your timelines. Maybe that's adjusting the way in which you provide an adjustment to a proposal. But you've got to be able to think on your feet and be resourceful.